welcome back to another video. Welcome to my zits. Nice to meet you. For today, let's do our first chit chat, get ready with me. So I am not a makeup guru, right? I just watch YouTube videos and then do my best to recreate them or look for advice. I don't know. That's what it is. So I'm not gonna say what I'm doing. I'd rather chit chat about other things. But yeah, I'll just be doing my makeup and then talking about some things because lately I've been binge watching nothing but YouTube videos and specifically Dawson. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk about, was some of his wild like conspiracy theories and everything that just blow my mind. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about those, but so I hope you guys like it. I have things I gotta do today anyways, so that's why I figured here's a good video. Let's do some makeup, get ready, and talk about some conspiracy theories. So without further ado, let's beat this face and chit chat. Cover up all my mistakes and everything I'd like to hide and just make myself look great, right? So I was on YouTube, of course. Never really watched Dawson. Just recently got into it. So I was like, okay, let's go to his channel. So I went to his channel and then was looking at it. And then I saw he does like a lot of conspiracy theories. So I've never really paid attention to conspiracy theories or really heard many. Again, this is all like hypothetical, or there's no facts, so don't sue me. That's what that is. Disclaimer. Like, just my thoughts, and from after watching quite like many hours worth of I have a mirror right here, that's what I'm looking at. Quite a few hours of Shane talking about it and different things, right? So, oh, that's a great mount. Hi. See, I know what I'm doing. Yes, cover up those zits. Goodbye. Look at that. Isn't that glorious? So nice. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I have been watching them non-stop. Just like, what? Like, stuff I never even thought of, stuff I never even heard of. And then so I was like, this is so cool. So a few of them, okay, like one of the most recent ones I literally just watched today was the fake app. I don't know why I use quotes, but whatever. But it's the fake app. And that's where you can take like basically like scanning someone's face and putting it onto your face, just like Snapchat has like face swap and everything. Or like now with, what is it, like Instagram, you can do like the lips and like the freckles and butterflies, like along that same concept. And just how dangerous it can be. Like, and that's where I was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even know that was going on. But it was the face scanning, and that's where I was like, I don't feel comfortable with that, you know? Like, it just seems weird. So the fact that you can like take anyone's face, like a celebrity or like the president's, and then put it on to someone else's face and you could say anything. Like, he brought up the best point in it, was saying like it can cause like the world to come to an end, right? Where, you know, he showed like an example and everything of Trump, of who was it, like Alec Baldwin or someone from SNL, you know, like acting as if he was Donald Trump, you know, and then they did they used the fake app and like the CGI thing where now they transposed Trump's face onto the actor from SNL, and then with him saying like we're gonna cause war and everything, and then of course within like 30 seconds it's everywhere all across the news because that's our president, right? Even though it actually wasn't. And then literally within a minute World War III happens. But it's like, I never even thought about that. Like, I just thought like, hey, the fact that phones require fingerprints, like can require a fingerprint to get in, that's a bit sketch. Like, I think that that's going somewhere that someone obviously kind of has your thumbprint now, right? Let alone like a face scan. Like, I've seen when, and he also showed too, when you do the face scanning, like my phone can't do it, right? It's too old. But the newer ones, when you do the face scanning at night with certain lights, you can see all of the dots that are scanning your face. Like, I totally believe that that's going somewhere else. Like, one of the other ones was, my girlfriend actually brought it up to me, was I never heard of it, right? Until she literally just brought it up. And it was the flat earth theory. So I'm like, what? Like, who really thinks that, you know? Because you think of, whenever you go to like Google Images, the world is always round. Whenever you see images or like Google like what Earth looks like from outer space, all of the pictures there are always circular. So then you're like, okay, right? So then in one of them, Shane's just talking like, hey, you know, he talks to his older brother. His brother is just saying like, yeah, like there was a flight and everything where, you know, these people were leaving, it's like an Asian flight or something, like going to America. So with this one, the guy makes a point, like his brother, of saying like, hey, yeah, like this woman's water broke on this airplane and everything. So you would think that they would have continued nonstop across like the ocean where they were already headed, and then landed at their destination where they were going to land anyways, right? But they didn't. They we're supposed to go this way, just a straight shot, and then land. And then instead they went up and went to Alaska and then went down. But when you look at the map, the world and everything, it doesn't make sense, because you're like, well, they could have just gone straight instead of spending more time going all the way up to Alaska and then going back down and across, right? And so you're like, well, what the heck? And then, but if you place it, and like he shows this example of like, if you place it flat and everything, that really Alaska is the actual next stop. It's not across the water. And that's where you're like, whoa. The examples that they give and that they show were so good. I was super obsessed with it. I am obsessed with it. So I was like, what in the heck? And then the other one, seriously, like, oh my gosh, so sad. But just how they say, like, in 9/11, there were no actual planes. And that it was just, not to say it was just, like, you know, as if it's less significant, like, not by any means, but that instead of planes, they never were there, it was all CGI, that it was actually bombs that were just placed, like, in the towers and stuff in New York. And that's really like, what? And then he shows this footage of a couple different ones and everything, where one of them, like, shows the first plane? I think it was the first plane that went, and like the nose of the plane comes out the other side. Well, then they cut to another scene, right, of where they show them testing like an actual plane, like on the ground, just projected into like this crazy cement and metal wall. That was basically what that plane would have encountered having gone into a building, right? And the whole thing just disintegrates. There's nothing that comes through the other side, let alone going through a massive building that big too. And that was the other crazy part, where you're like really starting to believe this. I still kind of am. And that's where I'm like, what? Like, it's just insane. Like, so crazy. And then they show other parts and stuff where another clip of one of the planes going in, all of a sudden loses a wing. Like, the wing just disappears. But it's like, because if it's flying like this, like, these are the wings, right? Like, this one just, all of a sudden it's gone. Like, what the heck? I don't know. Mind-blowing, right? I think it is. And then, of course, that, you know, you're, like, with Apple and Siri, she's always listening. And that they'll suggest things, or like Facebook and stuff. Like, if you have the app open and just in the background, right? Like you didn't officially close it, even though you're doing other things on your phone. That it hears what you say, and then that's when it'll pop up advertisements and stuff, and then that's how it'll get you on like selling things, because it's always listening. And that's where I'm like, riddle me that one. Like, how? I don't know, freaks me out. But I swear, I think, call me crazy, whatever, I don't really care. I think that they're always listening. Oh. And then another one too, they just keep popping in my head, was in one of his videos, and he was talking about how if you go into your photos, like your normal photo album in your iPhone, and then if you type in the word brassiere, right? And I'm like, I've never typed in anything because I don't look for photos, or I didn't really think, I've never thought to do. So it was saying that these girls discovered it or something, where you go into your photo albums on your Apple phone. Doesn't matter what number you have, but like I have the 7, so I was like, cool, I have an iPhone, I'll give this a shot and see what comes up and stuff. So I type in the word brassiere, and literally he was absolutely 100% right, and these girls were 100% right, where they were saying that when you type in brassiere, the full word, even if you just start typing in bra, like B-R-A, it pulls up like whatever like images you have of a chest, right? And that's why I was like, no, it doesn't. This is like, as cute older people say, phooey, you know? And I literally did it, and it freaked me out, right? Like, I've never really sent a whole lot of like explicit pictures or like videos or anything. Like, I have a couple where I'm in my bra top and like underwear and everything for more like fitness photos and everything, right? And it literally had all of those. Anything that I was in a bra top in and you could see my stomach, they were there. And that's where I'm like, what? Freaky. So that's kind of creepy that it categorizes those and then saves them. But yeah, I'm just blown away by this stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it's fascinating. Plus, it's just interesting to hear like different opinions, and the way that he does them really, really well, where he gives a lot of what I would say is kind of like good proof. Like, but no, he definitely makes me a believer in some of the things. And then talks about, like, he'll talk to some celebrities and everything. Like, I think that's kind of cool. Like, I slow down my talking as if I'm focusing so hard. Literally, this is what I'm doing. Hi. And, like, one of them was, I watched, of course, like, most people, the show Riverdale, right? So I only watched the first 2 seasons, and that was it. And then I just kind of was like, okay, I'm over this. It had too much drama. For a small town of high school kids, it's too much drama for me to keep my head interested in. So, but it was interesting because it was like talking about how he goes directly to her and is like, so I think that Cheryl Blossom and then her brother Jason love each other. And then just all these other things, and it's just funny and interesting, but still kind of makes you think, because they're like, wait, they do look at each other kind of weird. They play some interesting music. Like, he points out all of like the obvious things that we all were kind of thinking, but he brings it to light, you know? So that's where I'm like, this is cool. So yeah, that's where it's just like, it's wild. I don't know. What are some other ones? Look at that nose. Ooh, hiya. I know. Those are just the main ones that really just were like mind-blowing and just kind of like unnerving. Oh my gosh. I know, another one. He did this one where it was about the Malaysian airline flight that just randomly like disappeared, right? That had over like 200 people on it. And then of course it had a few American citizens too. So it was just so interesting because I don't have Twitter. I do have a Twitter. I don't know. I made a Twitter years ago, like 10, 11 years ago. I don't know. And have not used it since the day basically I created it. But apparently there's like this Twitter voicemail that this dude got, right? And so this average Joe dude out of nowhere, like, received a voicemail that was all in code, and it was all like Alpha Charlie Bravo, like that type of code, right? And that's where you're like, well, this is weird. And so anyways, this guy like tweeted, because he still had quite a substantial following at the time too, which was like all the things that like Shane pointed out were just pretty interesting, where you're like, how do I not believe that? This guy receives a voicemail and everything, and then giving him like this code, right? And then he writes it all down, and then it's followed by coordinates and saying SOS. Like, what? It's saying like, you know, send help, like they're coming, it's planned, they're taking over and stuff. And then the coordinates, ironically enough, I get the chills. Like, I literally have the chills right now. And I was watching this last night, and I was so freaked out. I'm like, anyways, because it's just such a crazy concept, but still you can wrap your head around it, and like, at least me, again, for me personally, like, I could believe this. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so basically, he types in the coordinates, or someone typed in the coordinates that was on that voicemail, and it was the last known, pretty much like closest location to that Malaysian Airlines flight before it just, and I say poof as in disappeared, right? Like just magically gone. And that's where you're like, okay, the level of creepiness is definitely going up right now. And then the next part of it too was like, he then gets these other like messages and stuff saying like, hey, don't share this or something, and like, you know, you aren't supposed to know or whatever. And then Shane goes into playing audio recording from the very last thing that one of the pilots was saying and stuff, where at first he was very pulled together and normal, and then he starts kind of saying a lot of ums, and like usually like the pilots don't really say a lot, you know, you're like, this is weird. So you hear him kind of saying he points out that there's kind of something in the background, like all of a sudden kind of made noise, and like this strange noise and stuff, and just a lot of weird things. And then oddly enough, then at the very end he just goes, good night. And just weird, right? Like, so, you know, Shane's theory was just that, hey, like, these people, whoever they were or whatever it was, because they think that it was, you know, something inhuman, that, I don't know, extraterrestrial, something from a different, like, spirit world or something, you know, was on that plane, or took over the plane, something got on there, I don't know, but just wild. So anyways, and basically they reached out, like sent it to this guy because he already had a substantial following of like, I don't know, like 6,000 or something, you know, followers. So then I was like, you know, he's obviously going to post that, and then people are going to respond, and it's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. So of course, like it did. And then that's when he starts getting like other stuff, like, I don't know. It's just wild. Just a lot of crazy stuff, but has me super intrigued. Like, I want to just keep watching more and more. I can definitely tell you that, but I don't know. Weird. So leave me some comments. Let me know. Hit me up if you've watched any of the Shane Dawson conspiracy theories. Anyways, but yeah, so I don't know if anyone else is into conspiracies, or if you have some like really good ones that you know personally, please tell them to me because I want to hear. Or if you know of some other YouTubers that do conspiracy theories, like, this is going to be my new thing that I want to Google a lot, because I love learning things and I love to hear other people's opinions. And especially if you have like some facts or proof. I do this again just loosely, like, you know, kind of how Shane Dawson does it. Like he kind of shows you like it's kind of making me believe in it more, you know, and oops, I kind of did a lot on that one. I don't know, just kind of, I still feel like I just want to use the word evidence. He kind of gives you some good evidence, you know, like, So, yeah, please let me know, because I'm all down for that stuff. I'm so fascinated. If I could just watch this all day, I would. So on my days off, I will be. Like, I usually honestly just like to watch like all the documentaries. Again, usually I watch Bella Fiori. And she's just very one-on-one, just telling you the facts, and that's it, right? And so hers, like, I love, and I watch them all the time, especially because her YouTube channel goes back like 5 years or something. So I watch a lot of that. It's like Bella Fiori, she gives you exact times and stuff, exact dates. Like, the scroll is so good. I don't know if she does like a little like prompt like reader thing, or if she literally just memorizes all of this. Like, homegirl, you, shout out to you, sis. Like, you were so good. I wish I was that good. But no, but she keeps me so entertained. Like, but I'm learning, and that's the cool thing. Like, I'm super listening. Like, look at this. Like, look at those insides. Hi. Looking great. Like, really, I'm just on this kick of Mystery Mondays. Yeah, those are all my kicks right now. I want to talk to you guys more about them. We did it. Here's the end result. For someone that doesn't know what they're kind of doing, I feel myself, let me tell you. How I was talking about, like, magic. Not too bad. You always gotta do this. That's like your test to make sure that your neck matches. And I passed, so we're good. So yeah, so thanks for watching again, guys. And I hope you enjoyed a little bit of some conspiracy talk with me, courtesy of Shane Dawson. Now that I just started watching those series again, I will link that down below. Also kind of chit-chatting about my favorites and everything that I'm currently watching. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, and thanks for putting on a face with me, you know. Always hoping for the best. That's what we do every day we get up, right? So anyways, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you really liked it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification, give it a thumbs up and everything. And let me know if you want to see more, or if you, oddly enough, want me to let you know what products I use, because I fool myself and I kind of know what I'm doing. I don't know. It works. It's my thing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video again, and I'll see you in the next one.